Alrighty, it is Friday, but I have to go back to Thursday really quick. So after I finished recording, I took lunch out to thaw, and it was like as hard as a rock. I ended up chatting with Monica via text messages for a while, and then I went back on at 9:50. I ended up cooking the grandma's chicken at 10, and Monica got back at 10:40 to eat it. I had talked her into coming straight home because she needed to go to Walgreens after her appointment, and she was hungry. So grandma's chicken was pretty much already done by I think it was 10:18, I think, and I let it cool for like from 10:20 to 10:40, so it was cooling for like about 20 minutes, and it managed to stay warm enough for us to enjoy it. So yeah, we ended up watching a bit of YouTube, and then she went back to Walgreens, but they didn't have her full prescription, so they only gave her half of the amount of pills that she needed. So yeah. Well, while she was away, I edited 2 audio files. I got off at 12 noon to rest. I crashed and woke up at 2, right as Monica was leaving for the plaza because she needed to get a few things. I went back on to finish the pages and the audio. She got back at like 2:30. I worked until 3:46. I got off to take a break. We ate a light dinner, and then I resumed work at 6. And then I got tired and got off at 7:30. Pages 9 and 10 were still not done yet, but they were really close to being done. Slept until 11, and when I got back up, I went straight to working on pages 11 and 12. And it took me a while to finish and scan the drafts. So I had them scanned and printed up by 12:35, and then I line arted like one panel. I crashed at like 1 o'clock. I woke up at 4, but I just couldn't get myself out of bed. I managed to get out of bed at 5. I hurried to line art the remaining panels. I scanned page 12 at 5:47. I had to kick Monica out of bed at 6. We stopped to eat breakfast, and then we watched Carol on Tuesday, and I feel like I don't like this series as much as I did when it started. I feel like the moment they entered in Roddy and the manager, I feel like they didn't utilize them properly. They just seem like weird ass people who just jumped on their boat and are being freeloaders of their whole get famous project. It just feels so like the thing that upsets me the most is that I feel like whoever made this doesn't understand how people get famous in the internet age and now. Because like if you go and look at any like independent musician YouTuber, they usually start off doing covers for like either a really long time or like a while, or like a small while. I want to use someone like Jasmine Thompson for an example, or Sam Shui, because like if you go back to the very beginning of their YouTubes, it's strictly just covers and like very little camera work. They usually have like one camera, and like it's in front of them, or they're either playing the piano or someone's playing like an instrument for them, and they're singing over it. And it gradually goes from there, and then eventually they do release some new stuff. And like I feel like seeing what they did with Carol on Tuesday, I feel like it's such a missed opportunity. I figured that the reason why they couldn't take that route is because they're trying to prevent Tuesday's family from finding her, and if she did that, they'd find her in a heartbeat. That's the only thing I can think of. Because like about the way to get opportunities through YouTube like that, it actually was a thing. I mean, in the early internet age, Sam Sui got himself on Oprah. So I don't know. I just I'm gonna forget it. Okay, so after watching Carol on Tuesday, I scanned page 11 at 7 a.m. Monica made Mongo blend, and I finished and passed the pages off to her at 8 a.m. I stopped to compress my video. I came back at 8:15. I finished pages 11 and 12 and loaded them. I had to stop for a moment. I converted my video, and then I loaded the pages at 9, and then I got tired and I got off and I slept until 10. I wasn't trying to sleep, I just couldn't stay awake anymore. I did not get enough sleep. It's for the time that I was asleep last night. So when I was waking up, Monica was supposed to get off at 9:40 so she can get dressed and go to her appointment in Fullerton, but she stopped to make lunch first, and so she ended up leaving at 10. It takes her about 30 minutes to get to the location. So yeah, my video pretty much was done compressing by that point. So she left, I ate, and then I took my video off of the computer here. So I more or less caught up. Is there anything else of significance I want to mention? So this is what I need to do. I have so much to do because I fell behind with those 2 pages, 9 and 10. Okay. I need to print out the drafts for chapter 61. I need to type out the script for chapter 62. I need to, what else do I need to do? I need to finish any extras that didn't get any text. And I have a lot of them. And I have some extras that have not had a chance to be colored. And I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to do all those things by tomorrow. So I want to try to get as much done today. So I need to finish pages 11 and 12 today and load the video. Monica she just barely turned off the internet at 10. It's been on since 5. So I want to at least let it rest for like an hour to half an hour before going back on and doing something again. Is there anything else that's on my mind? No, that's virtually it. I really hope she doesn't try to spring anything up on me tomorrow, like, hey, let's go do this, blah, blah, blah. But, like, it's the perfect time to be out right now. It's all this overcast, and I feel bad that I missed all of it. And, like, it's just gonna keep getting hotter from this point. Like, June forward, it's expected to get hotter. But I'm planning, at least I'm hoping to change my schedule so that way I can go out in the evening more during June. I just don't know when I'm gonna be able to get actual sleep because, like, by June, I want to go back to grinding, but I only have 1 chapter ready for the grind, and that's not good. I was hoping to be done with it by Saturday, but I haven't even made any ground with it on Friday, so I'm like, I need to sit down and type it out. So I think Sunday or Monday, I think Sunday is probably the latest I could possibly have that chapter ready, and then I have to go straight to chapter 63. I really need to write out all the scenes with Philippe and Fouillard and Simon to get like through the hardest part because I'm technically writing through the easy part and I have to figure out where to shift the emphasis from one set of characters to another set of characters because like Philippe needs to know that he cannot take Simon on by himself and he absolutely needs Labelle's help and Labelle needs to try to get to Philippe in the middle of his battle with Marie. So, yeah, I was thinking about this all last night. There's a few things I needed to address or to take it from, like, either Flora or one of the other characters' point of views. Is there anything else? I don't know. I think that's virtually it. No, okay, I guess not. Alrighty then. That's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Saturday, but I have to go back to Friday really quick. So... I was trying to kill some time. I crushed bottles, made tea, went back on at 11. Monica called me at 12 to tell me what the doctor told her. Apparently she's going to refer her to another specialist to see what's causing her high prolactin level. I hope she's going to be okay. But they're going to contact her about that a bit later. I got off at 1. Monica arrived home shortly after I got off. I crashed until 2. I woke up and then I went back on. We ate salad, worked until 3, slept until 5 again, and kept crashing. I'm not really sure why specifically. I figured that I just wasn't getting enough sleep in the middle of the night. So yeah. I finally finished the artwork for the pages at 11 and 12 after I woke up. I ended up getting off at 6. I had trouble falling asleep. I woke up at 1 a.m. I finished loading the pages with the text and everything. I assembled and printed out the drafts at 2:21. I tried to work on that one Ask Amymone for the chapter 41, but I kept getting stuck on it. I spent an hour and a half just being stuck. So I dropped it for something easier, like the chapter 45 second extra. That got done. I tried to get to the script, but I got way too tired at 3:50. And then I ended up doing the bare minimum other things, and then I got tired and got off at 4. So yeah. Monica got up at 6 a.m. I got up at 7. We ate breakfast in the bedroom because there wasn't anything good to watch on TV. Afterward, we hit Albertsons, found 2 pennies on the way there. I spent $27 on food, got home at 9, and then we left for the Anaheim Plaza because there were things that she wanted to see. Because last time she was at the Walmart there, they were updating the stationery section. So the first place we hit was Ross. We looked around for a bit, and then we hit Daiso. We got some tongs so Monica could pick up the chicken. And then we hit the Walmart. We looked at all the books. I'm a little concerned. There's some new books, some new notebooks, and I think that this is the preview of what's going to be available for school supply season. I'm not excited so far. I feel like they're kind of descending in creativity now. So I remember the first year they started doing things all coordinated like this. It was cool. I still have some of the books from that year. That was like the end of 2016 when they started doing that. And like since then, 2017, 2018, and it's just been getting more and more boring and lazy. And I'm just, I'm not excited for this. So yeah, we ended up going home. We got back sometime around 12. I went straight to work on the script, but I stopped to eat lunch and we were watching a bit of YouTube. So by the time I printed out the script, it was 2 p.m. So we took a shower just now and I'm recording audio. So this is what I want to do. I'm not going to go to bed until I assume I'm going to go to bed at 4. So I at least still got an hour. I don't know if I can squeeze that Ask Amymone in. I definitely feel like coloring is out of the question now because I don't think I'm going to have enough time to do everything I want to do. And the last thing I have to possibly do is a chapter 62 storyboard since I just printed it out. So I think the latest I can possibly work on chapter 62 is tomorrow, but I also feel like it's not a good idea because I have to be working on the script for the next chapter. And I think it's about a time that I work on all of these scenes with Philippe and Fouillard and Simon. Because I feel like that's the hardest part. Everything else is going to be easy. Ironically, the night before, I got stuck thinking about a section of how I wanted to fix it because Warren's concerns about his server do not match the Hurricane Brigade's plan for how to deal with this, which makes me feel like I need to highlight that there's some miscommunication between the characters and I have to figure out what's going to be the thing that relays to the servants that they made a mistake. And it's definitely going to start with Byron, but I have to figure out how Flora is going to process a mistake has happened and what Marie's going to do about it when she reports it to her. And that's basically what I was concerned about because I was trying to figure out how to make the information seem very obvious, but at the same time, I already know that from the experience with the very first series that no matter how much what's it called, Chekhov's gun that you do, people are going to forget all the hints that you set up. So yeah. Is there anything else? So, where am I? Alright, I haven't done anything so far. I mean, while I was waiting to get through a YouTube video for Monica, I did start pages 1 and 2, sort of. I didn't get very far into 2, but I did do something for 1. So I think I'm probably going to be working on that either a little bit right now or maybe I just work on the storyboard. I kind of feel like I don't really want to do any drawing. I feel just but at the same time, I feel like it's too soon to go back on and work on that one Ask Amymone. Now I have an idea what I wanted to say for it, and I hope I could fit all my thoughts into it. So, I don't know. We'll see. Alrighty then, that's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Sunday, but I have to go back to Saturday. I crashed until 5. I went back on and worked on the drafts. I inked a little until 6:43. Got off. I had a really hard time falling asleep. I woke up at 9, but I wasn't ready to go back on yet. And then I woke up again at 11:40, and I had no choice but to get up. I went straight back to line arting. I scanned page 2 at 12:30 and then page 1 at 1:05. And after that, I was too tired to go any further, so I just got off. I woke up again at 4:30. I got up at 5. I assembled pages 1 and 2, kicked Monica out of bed at 6, updated the Weebly with more covers, so volumes 7 and 8 are up for me to start replacing the covers as I'm working on the chapters. And then I ended up making the pages for all of volume 5, but I'm not going to be filling them out yet. I mean, the least I could do is start loading the chapters so that way I can all I have to do is just do the extras. I think the only one I can really put up is like 49 because all those extras are done. Or was it 48? Oh shit, I don't remember if it was 48 or 49. I think it was 49. Alrighty, so I started shading through page 2. I gave Monica page 1. I had to stop to eat breakfast. After breakfast, we hit North Gate to get water. We got home at 8. Bought a bunch of bottles and cans. The parking lot has like an entire, it was an entire like, I don't want to say that they took all of the florals from the florist area of the store, and they just loaded it into the parking lot with these huge tents. So all the flowers are out there, and all the balloons are out there, and today's Mother's Day. Completely forgot about that. Let's see. So, we got home at 8 o'clock. I went straight back to work on page 2 at 8:30. I finished the art right as Monica was passing page 1 to me at 9:41. Stopped to eat lunch, and then after lunch we hit Vaughn's and we got cucumbers, lettuce, and apples. The place was jam-packed with people trying to buy stuff for Mother's Day. I feel like I should have stayed home so I could focus on the coloring, because like I got home, by the time we got home at like 11:20 and I was in work on page 1, I managed to only do the major shading over the characters, and then I got tired and I got off at 12:40. Next thing I knew, I crashed and I woke up at 1 o'clock. So that's what time it is right now. So I'm recording. This is what I need to do. I need to finish page 1. I need to do the background art, and then I need, if I have any extra time after completing pages 1 and 2. I don't know how long it's gonna take me to do that, but usually if I'm not like anywhere near close to finish by 1 o'clock, I'm usually have something to worry about. So far I've only been off for like about like 20 minutes, I think. So I'm thinking about going back on it too. If I get that done in time, I want to work on the Ask Amymone. I've been slowly coming up with something for it, because it's about Twitter artists I'm following. So I look at all these different Twitter artists that I really liked, and I'm in this state of like, I don't know if I should post this up or not. I don't know if I'm gonna fit all of them in there, because the actual space is really, really small. So I'm thinking about reassessing which ones are up there and then cutting out the ones that are possibly professionals. I don't know, I kind of feel bad leaving out the professionals, but I also feel like, there's so much nice art. Alrighty then. I wanted to do the chapter 62 storyboard today, but I didn't manage to do it. And I kind of feel like if I had only not gone to Vaughn's, I probably could have gotten either the first page done early, or I could have gotten through the storyboard or something. But yeah, I'm a little annoyed now, because like I have to start working on chapter 63 tomorrow, and the storyboard for chapter 62 isn't even done yet. I'm just I wanted to have been printing out the drafts for that already. So yeah, that's my dilemma. Is there anything else that's on my mind? No, I think that's virtually it. Alrighty then, that's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Monday, but I have to go back to Sunday really quick. So after I recorded audio, I went back on it too. Monica felt restless, so she decided to go out to look for bottles and cans. Instead, she hit Albertsons and got pencils. The specific brand of pencils, they had them there. After she got back, I finished a lot of the pages. It was about 3:44. I completed that Ask Amymone I had been working on for a few days. I wanted to try to work on either the storyboard or the script, but I was just way too tired, so I just went to sleep. It was about 5 by the time I went to bed. I slept until like 7:30. I went back on to sketch and scan the drafts. I think Monica joined me. I don't really remember. I scanned page 3's draft at 8:12 and then page 4's draft at 8:30. 2 of the pages had flashbacks. I didn't really have to draw them, but I drew them in anyway. Instead, I ended up erasing them. So yeah, I got tired and got off at 9. I guesstimated that I would have to get up at 2. I'm not really sure how I fell asleep. I don't remember falling asleep easily though. But I managed to wake up at 1:50, so I jumped up to finish the line art. At that time, I had only like worked a little bit on the line art. So I scanned page 4 at 2:36 and then page 3 at 3:30. I kept getting sidetracked. I didn't feel tired yet, so I ended up stopping and assembling the pages right away. After I passed the pages out to Monica at 4, I went straight back to bed. Woke up at 6, kicked Monica out of bed. I prepared to work on the chapter 62's storyboard, stopped to eat breakfast and watch Precure. This episode was about a mysterious new character named Blue Cat. I have no idea why they bothered entering this character, and I assume she's possibly going to be the 5th Precure. She has the appeal of what might be a 5th Precure. So yeah. Split up at 7:30 to finish the storyboard. Monica went to go color. I completed at 8, but I royally screwed up a bunch of pages, and I had to combine certain pages in order to get the pages to fit. I ended up with originally two page 4s, and I had to figure out how to fix that. I ended up with 2 page 3s, and I had to fix that too. Page 6 was a disaster, and it was insane. Monica passed me the pages at 8:16, but instead of jumping to them, I set up the chapter 62 drafts, and I printed out the ones that didn't need like pose planning, because a bunch of I didn't know what to do, so I just wrote cool pose here. So like I'm trying to decide if I want to like try to print out the drafts that didn't require so many cool poses, and try to like insert them later so I can like position them correctly. All I know is that I'm mad that I don't have as much space as I was hoping that I would have. I feel like the scene with Agnes takes up a whole 2 pages, and like I don't really need it, but it's nice to have it. I didn't start getting to work on the coloring until 8:50, and by then we were both tired and we wanted to get off. It was 9. We went for a walk to Walgreens to pick up the rest of Monica's pills, because the last time she was there, they only gave her half of a prescription. They didn't have enough. After that, we hit the 99-cent store and Target. She ended up getting like these weird cracker things, and she wanted to try them. And then we went back home. I went to work on the pages. I stopped to eat lunch. I managed to complete the shading for page 4, but I didn't do anything for page 3. So I got tired and got off at 11:50, and Monica decided to go to the library. So now I'm recording audio. This is what I need to be doing. I need to do the script for chapter 63. I'm just way too tired. So I'm going to see if I can sleep for at least an hour. Maybe by 1 o'clock or something, I'll feel a bit better. And I'll try to finish what I'm working on. Is there anything else that I could possibly like talk about? Not that I can really think of. Nothing else is like really weighing on my mind. But yeah, I'm glad I was able to get that storyboard out of the way. I'm just mad that now I'm behind a day on the script, because like I designated these 3 days to work on it. Hopefully I can catch up tomorrow. I really hope that the pages don't take up too much of my time. Alrighty then, that's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Tuesday, the first semifinal of Eurovision, but I have to go back to Monday really quick. So the first thing I did after I finished recording was I crashed. I woke up at 1. Monica got home at 1:40. She brought back 2 books. One was the first book of Star Darlings, and the second one was some random book she picked up. I'm not gonna lie, I felt like the description of that book was kind of boring, but she was really excited for it, so I just humored her. I went back on at 2. After that, Monica hit Albertsons at 3:17. I finished the art and loaded it right as she got home. She came back with groceries. Got tired and got off and rested until like 6:16, and then I went back on to finish the pages. I loaded them at 7:15. I scanned the page 5 draft at 7:40, and then I got tired and I got off. I did not really plan around what time I wanted to get up. I guess like 12 midnight. I was hoping to get like 5 hours of sleep, but I couldn't even sleep until like past 9. So I got out of bed and went to work at 11. I scanned page 6's draft at 11:30. that's when I realized that 2 of the panels I did were reversed, so I had to fix them on the computer. And then I printed out the reds at 11:40 in line art and scanned page 6 at 12:18 and then page 5 at like 12:58, and I got off at 1 a.m. and went back to bed. I woke up at 5. I went straight to assembling pages 5 and 6. I felt like I was mostly like incredulous today with Eurovision. I aside from forgetting, I also felt the sensation of like, do I even want to watch this? So yeah, passed the pages off to Monica at 6 when I kicked her out of bed. I tried to go straight to work on the script, but I spent the whole time organizing what should happen when and where. It seems like all the scenes featuring Byron's battle and then LaBelle's battle, the Fauna and Clotilda's battles, all are interconnected. However, the battle with Philippe basically stands on its own, which I really feel like I should write all that first, because it doesn't affect the other ones, except for the fact that he asked LaBelle to come help him, and that's the only point, and I would have to like weasel that in somewhere. So I made some guesstimations of where certain parts should be, and I think I'm gonna need a little bit more like script space for specific scenes, because I feel like I'm asking too much of certain scenes to do all these different things. So I feel like I need to think about the scene with Murray versus LaBelle and Byron. Shasta shows up a little later in that, and I need to write from which it starts into which Philippe interrupts it, so I can know where to stick that in between the battle with Philippe and Simon. So yeah, I stopped to eat breakfast. We split up at 7. I did not have any of my shit ready until like 7:30, and by then I was like way too tired to actually do any writing. I started writing the scene, I was in the setup of it, and I felt so sleepy, so I crashed until 9. I went back on the computer work on pages 5 and 6, because by the time I woke up, she was done with it. And then I stopped at 10 to eat lunch, and then we went for a walk. When we got back, she read the first chapter of the prologue of Star Darlings. And, oh man, the writing is so clunky for that. I know that's par for the course, but the way it was set up, it wasn't engaging, and I can sort of see why this book series didn't take off. Because like the prologue just does not sell it, and like I'm worried it's going to be like that throughout the rest of the book. But I'm kind of hoping the other stories are better. But then I'm also kind of feeling like maybe they aren't. All I know is that it left me feeling like, wow, I could write a better book than this. Oh my god, I'm so disappointed, because I really wanted to like the series. So yeah. After that, she read the first 2 chapters of the other story, because the chapters are much shorter. I think they're gradually getting longer as she reads. But so far, it feels like a novel that would have been adapted into an old Disney TV show, like, you know, with the old Disney actors back when Walt started, you know, dabbling in television. That's what it feels like. It's something like that. Kind of reminds me of Pete's Dragon a little bit. It's just the first 2 chapters. So yeah. The moment they introduced the rival character, we both felt like we can hear Gary Oak's rival music playing in the background, his BGM. So yeah. So then while she was reading, I ended up working on the drafts for Wednesday. I finished them at about like 11:30, I think it was, and then by 11:40 we went back on to see if we can watch Eurovision. So we succeeded. I just forgot to click on the no commentary broadcast. It's just every time like we do semifinal one, I always forget that the moment the broadcast is running, I can switch over to no commentary. It makes me so upset. So yeah, we ended up watching it. I was surprised that the Dana International did a cover of Bruno Mars's song. I didn't expect to see that. So from all of the performances, I feel like the only one that genuinely offended me was Iceland's. That was the only one that we absolutely refused to listen through, because that type of music just sounds like awful to us. other than that, most of the ones that I liked actually made it in, and there's only a couple that I liked that didn't make it in, like Finland. I was surprised Finland didn't qualify. As far as how the postcards were done this year, I kind of don't appreciate the fact that they spent all that time choreographing all of the singers to dance. Not all of them did. It is cool in concept when they put all of it together and made one big, huge collage of it, but I just felt like it felt so unnecessary. It didn't do a good job of selling. It just seemed very silly and hokey and whatnot. I prefer it when they just the emphasis of the postcard is the location. And like this year, they were running around all over Israel. I think usually they show them running around their own hometowns. I'm not really sure. All I know is that they're just showing around Israel this time. So yeah. Other than that, I kind of feel like the transitions with little star squares was kind of like. I left a little bit to be desired. I don't know. I feel so lukewarm about it. I have to admit though, when the moment that it actually started, it was probably the most chill I ever been about Eurovision, because like usually every year Eurovision is this humongous like responsibility for me, because like it's like a self-imposed responsibility. I try to do all this Hatalia stuff at the same time and not do any of that. I felt like I felt so disconnected to the it doesn't help that the whole semifinal had nothing I was really that excited for. Most of the stuff that we want to see is next semifinal. So I guess we'll be more excited for Thursday. So while I was watching the broadcast, I got a head start on the pages for Thursday. I scanned them during Iceland's entry and I didn't get a chance to like do anything more with it. After the entries finished running at like 1:30, I went back to work on pages 5 and 6, and I finished the artwork right as the show was ending at 2. But I still haven't put the text on it because like we got tired and we decided to rest. We wanted to go back on at 5, but we both got bored at 4 o'clock. So right now it's 4. I'm recording. So after this, I'm gonna go back on. I'm gonna go finish pages 5 and 6. I'm in the middle of line arting pages 7 and 8 right now because I had that much time. So I'm fairly into it. I think I should get them done pretty early tonight. I'm hoping I can do better on the scripts tomorrow. I did horribly today. I mean, if I'm lucky, I might have more time and like brain power to finish them today. I kind of doubt that though, because I usually by the end of the day I feel like a piece of crap. Other than that, I want to see what I can do for all the scenes with Philippe and Simon and Fuir. Yeah, I feel like my major issue is that I'm treating it like a regular chapter when I kind of as a regular combat chapter when it's really it's a lecture chapter technically, but there's going to be a lot of dialogue, so I need to focus on that instead of trying to incorporate it with the rest of the story. Is there anything else that's on my mind? No, that's the most I could think of. Alrighty then, that's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Wednesday, but I have to go back to Tuesday really quick. So after I finished recording audio, I went back on to put the text on pages 5 and 6 and load them. I got them in by 5 p.m. And then I did the line art for pages 7 and 8. I scanned them. I scanned one at 5:30 and one at 5:37, but I don't know which one I did first and which one came second. I got off at 5:43. We tried to go to sleep at 6, but I just couldn't. I felt way too restless, so I started sprinting to the first 2 scenes of We Are and Philippe versus Simon. The first scene came somewhat smoothly. I think if I reread it, it's probably going to reveal itself to be actually clunky, but it's passing enough, and it leads up to the point in which Simon uses his magic item. But I'm trying to decide if I want to switch to the battle between Labelle and Marie, or if I want to move on to the second half battle of Simon versus Philippe and Fuir. For now, I think I'm just gonna because the scene with Labelle and Marie and Byron is really it should be short, but I'm kind of half expecting it to take longer to get through because it's a combat chapter, so it's only 1 page, and the entire scene with Simon and Philippe takes the first half of the page. So I would have to be very careful how I'm spending the second page. Alrighty, so I ended up going to sleep at 7. I woke up around like 4. The first thing I did was assemble pages 7 and 8. And then I passed those off to Monica. I ended up printing out the sketch drafts for pages 9 and 10. And I started line arting through, I think it was page 10. I'm not really sure. I didn't get very far in it though. After that, I tried to work on the scripts, and then I got stuck trying to type out flora and fauna scene because I haven't had a chance to really think about what I want them to transition to, because like I had inspiration for Pasha and Shasta's first meeting, but I don't have any inspiration for Flora and Fauna's first meeting. I didn't actually like think about it, so I need to put some thought into that. What else did I do? So I ended up stopping to kick Monica out of bed, started my period, so I had to take painkiller. We watched the next episode of One Punch Man. I skipped through a chunk of it. Any part that had to do with the cockroach guy, because we eat breakfast while we're watching this, and we didn't want to see some cockroach guy. So, yeah, we skipped through most of that. And I feel like the scene with Saitama's first fight would have been funnier if they just had sped up when the guy touched his wig. I'm surprised the guy didn't even notice that when he touched his wig, it didn't feel right. And it showed that he jostled it on his head. Okay, so after One Punch Man, we split up. Monica went to work on pages 7 and 8. I was feeling exhausted by the time we started watching One Punch Man. So like as soon as we were done, I ended up laying down for a little while, and then I ended up picking up my little planner that I had. I noticed yesterday that I was like 2 weeks behind, so I started catching up with it, and then I started catching up my journal a little bit, because I have a whole bunch of like days that have leftover endings that I could just fill up with random thoughts, morning pages and whatnot. So I did that, and then by the time that I was ready to start working on the script, Monica told me she was already done. It was by that point it was 8 o'clock. So we decided to take a shower since we couldn't do it yesterday because there was no hot water. So that's where I am right now. I just got out. She's still in there. This is my last recording, so I need to edit the audio for this. She wants to read as soon as she gets out, though, so I assume I'm probably going to be working on either the last 2 pages or the next 2 pages liner. I'm wet right now, so I don't want to be handling ink, so I suppose I'm going to be drawing instead, but I really kind of just want to be on. I don't know if, actually, I don't think lunchtime is for a while, though, because like I said, it was 8 when we got off. But yeah, I want to go back on and unload this. Maybe I could do that really fast. I don't know. Because like my computer updated earlier, so if I turn it on, it's going to finish updating. Okay, so tomorrow I semi-final 2. I'm hoping if I manage to complete chapter 60 tomorrow, I want to see if I can get a few pages into chapter 61 during the contest tomorrow. Because I got pretty far. Yesterday thanks to Eurovision, so I want to see how much I can get done. I'm thinking about doing all the easy panels first, or just going so many panels at a time. I know that there's going to be certain scenes are going to be combat, so I have to pick out poses for those. Is there anything else that's on my mind that I want to do? I want to basically get most of this out of the way before or during the grand final, because I still have Thursday and Saturday to get as far into chapter 60, and I want, like I said, I want most of it to be out of the way so I can work on either extras, or I need to work on the scripts. And like I feel behind with the scripts. I feel like I'm trying to do so much at once, and like I need more time to relax so I can focus my thoughts on what the characters are going to say to each other. So right now I'm holding off on the whole big ass battle between Flora, Fauna, and Clotilda, because I don't want to confuse myself. I just want to get through the easy scene, which would be Marie and LaBelle's scene, as well as Simon and Fouillard scene. So far I kind of feel like the Simon and Fouillard scene is a bit lacking, because like Simon hasn't really said much. He's only said one thing, and he says at the end of the first scene, and he has to say a lot more in the latter half of it. And this scene is a continuation of the conversation between Philippe and Fouillard in the previous chapter 60 that we're working on right now.
So I'm considering keeping the script for chapter 60 to have a better reference on what they talk about. I don't know. I'm just tired. I was just trying to keep everything condensed within the actual page. Is there anything else that's on my mind? All right, now I can't think of anything else. All right, then. That's all for today. I will see you in the next one.